morning, everybody. It is Friday, August 22nd. My name is Karen, and this is BobbleHeadKnits. So welcome, everybody. This is my vlog where I talk about knitting and a little bit of life stuff, and we're gonna jump right in today. So I have one finished object, and here they are. They are done. These are my socks. They are the DRK Everyday Socks by Andrea Mowry. I did do a German shirt row heel instead of the Fliegel heel that the pattern calls for. They're toe up and they're 56, 57, 58. They vary stitches. So there they are. These are socks for my friend Brooke. I knit them in Hue Loco, the Take Flight collection, and the colorways. This is, I believe, yes, this is You've Got Me Humming. They were 20 gram minis, and I just striped them myself, sorry. And then the heel is the colorway Parrot. And they are nice, comfy socks. So this stripe right here, we won't talk about. I maybe picked up the wrong skein of yarn. I did. We're not telling Brooke that. We're telling Brooke it was a flaw in the dye job, and it wasn't. It was totally me. The knitter. There were mistakes made by the knitter. There they are. So I'm gonna get a screenshot out of that. All right. What else? Oh, German short row heel. Let's talk about this. This particular heel, while it's fun to do, does not fit me, and it could be because these are 56 stitches or 57 or 58, I don't know. But it could be that they would fit fine if I had a little larger body of the sock, but for me, this particular heel does not work currently, so I might try it again at a later date with a larger sock and see if it fits, but just where it hits on my heel is not really my heel, and yeah, it just doesn't fit great. But I'm gonna tell Brooke, if they do not feel comfortable for her, rehome them and I will make her some more. I'm gonna make her some more anyways, so yeah. All right, what else do I have to say? Well, these used about 74 grams, so about 3/4 of a skein of, if you were to have been using a whole 100 gram skein. That's a bit misleading though. They probably use less than that. I did have some false starts and had to cut out a few knots, and the knots were totally on me. They weren't on the dyer. So yes. All right, finished object. All right, next up, let's talk about, these have not been blocked, so I will be doing that this weekend. Let's talk about, I don't have any other finished objects. I'm close on a few things, but nothing huge to show you that's done. Probably the huge things to be done won't be done for a while, but you know what I mean. All right, I'm looking down here at my iPad in case you're wondering. All right, let's talk about my husband's Christmas socks. I cast these on. They were a Christmas in July sock. I'm close on finishing one sock on this. Here it is. It's the Botanic sock by Stephen West. It is so much fun and fitting him great. He does know about it. He'll forget by Christmas. I'll just stick it in his stocking. He'll act like he's never seen it before. There it is. And you knit the leg of the sock, and then you knit the top of the sock, and then you knit the bottom. So I'm at the point now where I'm just attaching the rest of the or knitting the rest of the bottom of the sock, and then I'll knit the toe. It is fun knitting. So fun is in just, it's great to see the colors all come out. So I'm knitting a 72 stitch on this one because we're trying to find just the perfect fit for my husband, but I have not well, I've had him try this on and he says it fits good. So hopefully when I'm done with it, it will be the perfect fit. So the yarn is a Zobber Crazy Ball there. And then the yellow here is Skepshe's Arcadia sock yarn. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's just kind of a, I want to say almost a mindless knit. You do have to slip stitches, but yeah, it's a good pattern. I like it. All right, what else here? All right, next up. Sorry, I have a sick kid who is messaging. He's an adult kid, but I asked what was wrong and he's told me, and he'll live. He's gonna be okay. All right, let's talk about all socks to begin with. Okay, first of all, these are all knit on 2.25 millimeter needles, US ones. This next one is my basic vanilla sock, and it is the Beetlejuice yarn from Beach Bum Yarns, and this is, I did a toe up. I am doing 58 stitches and so far it is 58 stitches, and the heel is going to be one of my favorite colors. This, I don't even know what you call that color. It's just like a very vibrant green. I love this. So the yarn is beautiful, the black and white, and then, you know, the contrast Beetlejuice socks. And with any luck, these will fit me. I am just gonna do a heel flap and gusset, so they should fit me fine. And what else? These were kind of an extra cast on, but I'm just going to knit them through however long it takes me to finish them. Hopefully I'll be done with them sometime in September, so they'll be ready in October for Halloween season. And I really like it. Beach Bum yarn out of Florida, and just a fun pattern, or fun yarn. There it is. All right, and that is living in a bag from Amber at Amby Marie Knits. Here it is, Halloween bag from Amber. I think I won that. I think last year maybe. I don't know. All right. Next up, do I have any more socks? Oh yes, I do. Sorry. Okay. This is living in my stash bag. This is the second sock of my Night Owl fiber yarn that I pulled a few weeks ago. Finished the first one. I'll show you the first one on a sock blocker so you can see what the second one's gonna look like, because I don't have very much done on the second one. These are a gift for my sister. Her birthday's coming up. So this is the first one, and it's just a vanilla sock. And did I do the, yeah, I did do the German short heel row, German short row heel on this one also. So again, it's not gonna fit me, but it will fit my sister who has a smaller foot than me. The yarn is Pineapple Shake Up, and it's from Night Owl Fiber. The second sock, I don't have this much done on it. I had other things to focus on this week, but I'm gonna bring this with me as I go run errands today, so I probably will get a good jump on that today. All right, that's it for the sock whips. Hang on, let me get this out of the way. Let's talk about, oh, I have a little dish, I have a dishcloth going here again. Yeah, go ahead and talk about it. So this is just a pattern by Dana Rachel with some inappropriate words on it, and the yarn is Knit Picks Dishy. And I'm about halfway done with this one, and for a lot of you know this, but I am knitting these for gifts for Christmas Eve. We host Christmas Eve in we call it the compound, with our son and daughter-in-law and our daughter, and that we all live like 3 houses from each other. So yeah, everyone comes to our house for Christmas Eve. So if you're coming to our house for Christmas Eve, you're gonna get one of those dishcloths, no matter what your political views are. And yes, they will go to some people that maybe won't find them as funny as I do. All right, next up, we have my sister's cowl that I am knitting. It was Christmas in July cast on. It is the Birdie Cow by Tracy Cox. And you'll recall last week I showed you that I had ripped out the first one, which I was doing in fingering weight yarn. And I've recast it on using my using Tosh DK. Hang on, I'm just making sure that nothing's tangled here. And it is coming along nicely. There it is. Hang on here, I'll show you where I was. I was right where that stitch marker is last week, so I've knit a good chunk of it. I still have, oh, there's a little hole there I gotta fix. Still have a lot to knit though. And here are the skeins of yarn. They're beautiful together. So that's how much I still have to knit. Quite a bit. But that's okay. It's easy knitting at this point, so I can do it, yeah, fairly regularly every day, basically. All right, next up, I am knitting my daughter this is another Christmas in July cast on. Hang on, I'm gonna go to the page. I'm knitting my daughter, Olivia the Elephant, out of this book. This is the Wild Knitted Animal Friends by Louise Crowther. And so far, I don't have a ton to show you, but I do, I'm getting there. This is the elephant's head in the trunk. So the trunk's almost done, and then I can stitch it up and I can put stuffing in, and then I'll have the elephant's head minus the ears. So this one I have to do while, like, I have to pay a lot of attention to the stitch count and all that, so it's going a little slower because I don't have a lot of spare time to be looking at patterns, if that makes sense. So, but it is getting there. The yarn is Gupshy Stonewashed, and yeah, beautiful yarn. And as I've said before, I don't know if I'm knitting the clothes for it yet. We'll decide once I get the actual elephant done. So I may not do the clothes just because I don't know that my daughter really wants, I think she just wants a pink elephant. So I'm gonna probably just give her a pink elephant, but we'll decide. I mean, I have all the yarn to make it, so we'll see. All right. Next up we have, oh, I didn't tell you, those Halloween, the Beetlejuice socks were knit cast on. I didn't tell you that, I just babbled on, yeah. All right, next up, this is another Christmas gift. Did I cast this on in July? No, I did not. But this is a sweater it's gonna be a cardigan for my daughter-in-law. It is coming along. I'm still in the raglan increases, so it doesn't look like much yet, but it will. Yes. This is the Snowbird pattern by Heidi Kiermar, and it's worsted weight yarn. It is Malabrigo Rios in the colorway Scorpio. I think I said Scorpion last week. It's Scorpio. It's a beautiful, it's blue, like navy blue with some browns and purples and reds, and yeah, it's just gorgeous. Can you see that? Yeah. I, again, have to pay close attention to stitch count, so yeah, don't have a lot of time for that. So it's going slow, but that's okay. She knows it may not be done by Christmas, but I'm going to do the best I can for getting it done by Christmas. So, all right, that's living in my custom-made bag from Amber at Amby Marie Knits, and she made that for me. All right, I think that is it. That's it for WIPs that I worked on this week. Stash enhancements. I did not actually buy anything. But I do have to go chase down, I ordered some yarn from Cuddlebums Yarn in July. I still haven't gotten it. They're shipping from the UK, so, you know, I take that into account. I'm going to give it another week, and then I'm going to go see where my yarn is, because I'm kind of bummed that I haven't gotten it yet. So, all right, other knitting news. I had an exciting week over here. Knitting news-wise was part of the exciting week. I won a $100 gift card to Blackbird Sycamore Yarn from my friend Mandy at Mandy Von Knits. She was doing a birthday giveaway and I won it. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I have not really had a chance to look at the yarn. Well, I've kind of looked at it, what's available, so I don't know what I'm going to buy, like, you know, but I was trying to be very intentional about it and pick a project that I want to knit and buy the yarn for it or use the gift card for that. So my husband was, when I told him, I was really excited. I told him, and he was like, yeah, and you can go add some more money to it and spend more money on yarn. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. But then, of course, I saw that she had her advents up, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should do that, but not going to. All right, speaking of yarn, of advents, I actually got a message this week from Night Owl Fiber saying she had canceled her advent. I had paid to get, it was a skein of sock weight yarn, and she refunded my money. I got a refund already, the whole thing, but she just needs a break. And I totally get that. I was kind of bummed, but I get it. I understand that. So I was like, okay, I might pick another advent, but we'll see. I have a lot of advents that are going to be coming in like starting in November. So I have the 24-day advent from Cuddlebums. I have Woolens and Nosh sock yarn. I have Freckled Whimsy sock yarn. So yeah, we'll see if I add another advent or not to make up for the Night Owl Fibers. But right now I'm leaning towards not. So you never know though. All right, next up, last weekend I was dyeing a test skein of yarn to use up some cotton yarn that I have. I was just gonna dye it up myself. It was white, and then I'm going to use it to make the rest of my dishcloths. So I did that, and here it is. This was the K&C. It was just 100% cotton, and I dyed it doing solar dyeing in my backyard, and it mostly came out pretty good. There are some variations in the color. You can see it right there, the white. I learned a few things. One, don't tie your ties too tight, because I did that here with the zip tie, and that's where the white's coming in. I got it too tight and the dye couldn't get under there. So that's one thing I learned. Also, when you're dyeing in jars as opposed to in a flat pan, you're not gonna get the evenness in the dye that I was aiming for, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna go out and get pans and stuff to do this in, but yeah, that was the thing. I think it was a success. I love this color, by the way. I'm going to finish dyeing. I have some yellow and some orange still to do, so I will be doing that. I have like 4 more skeins to dye. I'll be doing that this weekend, so I will most likely have them next week to show you. I was thinking about recording it, but I don't know that I will. We'll see. It would be fun, but yeah, we'll see. All right. What else? I guess that's it for the knitting news. All right, I think that is it for the knitting things. If you don't want to stick around, if you're leaving, that's great. I will ask if you would like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you've been doing this week. The YouTube algorithm loves it when you talk to me, so talk to me. All right, for those of you staying, I did, as I said, had an exciting week. Aside from winning the gift card, which thank you so much, Mandy, that made my week. I had a lot of visitors here this week, starting with the fire department. On Tuesday, I was sitting here just working, just minding my own business. It was a super hot day, the air conditioner's going, I'm working, and I heard, it sounded like a little pop. And then, I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it, it's outside. I'm just gonna go about my day. Continued working. I was the only one home, thank God. But I was the only one home. And then as I'm working after the pop, I kept hearing it almost sounded like a rush of air. And I looked out this window over here because our air conditioning unit's over there. And I was like, oh my God, I hope the air conditioning unit isn't dying or something like that. So I looked out there, it looked fine. But I was like, well, when I get a chance to take a break, I will go outside and see if I can figure out what's going on. So I walk out of a while later, and this is over maybe 30 minutes, all this is happening. I walk out and I immediately smell natural gas. I walk around to the side of the house, that side of the house, and it's very clear that something's very wrong. So I called 911 because that's what the power and gas company has said, repeatedly, if you ever smell natural gas. So I did that. They came very quickly. They're just 3 blocks over, so they were very fast. And as soon as they got out, they hadn't even stepped on our curb. They knew what had happened. So our gas meter broke basically. So they had to turn off the gas. They called the utility. The utility came out. They had to do a temporary fix. So they fixed it for now. But because this neighborhood is really old and the houses are really old, they're gonna have to replace the gas line from our house to the street. They don't have to dig up our front yard or anything, thank goodness, because we've got a lot of xeriscaping out there that we've done. So yeah, we were very lucky that I was home working in my office, so I heard the whole thing and I knew to go look, because otherwise that thing would have been going for God only knows how long. Probably would have come in the house at some point, the gas. Our neighbor is also a smoker, so if he had come out, he usually comes out smoking a cigarette. That could have been deadly. So yeah, everything's fine now. But yeah, it was a little bit of excitement. So that very same night, we had a gang of raccoons show up on our Ring camera. This is actually the second time I've seen them this summer. The first time they were going one way, and this time they were coming back. And there's 5 of them, and they were real little the last time I saw them, and they're growing up. So if I remember, I will stick a video at the end so you can see them. They're all together, except there's always one straggler. And on the previous time we saw them, it was the same way, so it was pretty funny. What else? Garden, not doing so great. I just don't know what's wrong with it. Well, I know one thing that's wrong with it is that we have a massive grasshopper infestation here in Colorado this year. It's like the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma back in the Great Depression. A lot of you are going to be too young to even know what I'm talking about, but basically it's just these grasshoppers are eating all the plants. And so the grasshoppers ate I had 4 planters of potatoes. They ate a whole one, all the leaves, everything. I dumped the dirt out to try to save the potatoes, but I was too late. They were gone. They were zombie potatoes. They look like potatoes, but the inside is just gone because the plants themselves didn't get enough sun, enough growth, all that. So had that happen with the potatoes and my onions. So yeah, grasshoppers, not my friends. All right, what else? We won't talk about work. It was kind of a bad week at work, but I don't want to talk about it. Oh, last week I was telling you about my glasses, these cool glasses, the reading glasses. I have to kind of talk up this company because they did so, I mean, I'm amazed at their customer service. As you'll recall, last week, they sent me a replacement, even though these were non-refundable, because I didn't get the right lens, so they sent me a free replacement, but they were truly free glasses because this week they sent me a refund. Like, I had paid for them. They were on sale, I paid for them. I couldn't return them because they were like a discontinued type of glasses. I wrote a review saying these did not work. Without any prompt from me, they sent me a brand new pair. These are like $100 reading glasses, so they were not cheap. And then the other day I got a refund from them. So this is iBob's, if you're in the market for some nice glasses. They'd also sell prescription glasses, but yeah, I was really impressed. I was like, why did they send me a refund? Like, I still bought the glasses. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So good company, just thought I'd talk them up. All right. I finished, let's talk about reading and watching, and then I gotta go. But I finished the book, The Ministry of Time by Kayleen Bradley. Amazing book. I love that book. That was one of those books that I did not want to end. So it's a time travel book, but it is just so much more than that. So I really enjoyed it. Just good character development, good storyline, just everything. It was a first novel from this writer. It was amazing. So yes, very happy with that book. Highly recommend. The Ministry of Time. TV-wise, I started watching The Pit. That's on Max. So well done. It really is. And it's a story of an emergency room, like the people that work in an emergency room, and very intense show. So I'm enjoying that. I think that's it. That's all I got. All right. I'm gonna go now because it is my day off and I'm going to go run some errands, do some knitting, do some cooking, all the things. I hope you're all having a great week, and leave me a comment, tell me how your week's been, and we will chat next week. All right, talk to you later, bye.